You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing St Mirren versus Rangers in the Cup. That's tonight. If you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Thank you very much to the people who have subscribed in the last couple of days. I really appreciate it. So yeah, we'll just get straight into this video, guys. So St Mirren versus Rangers at St Mirren Park tonight, 8 PM kickoff. That's available on Premier Sport and of course Rangers TV. If it's up to me, I'd go for Rangers TV, to be honest. I think Premier Sports coverage is absolutely disastrous. Keeps cutting out, keeps pixelating, keeps breaking down, and their coverage, to be honest, with their pundits and that, isn't that good either. So I would go for Rangers TV if you can get it. It's going to be an interesting game, this one, because St Mirren are actually on decent form right now. If you look at their last few games, they're actually unbeaten in the last 7 games. That's including a couple of cup games in there as well. They won their last game against Motherwell 1-0. That was away from home. That's a pretty decent result. We all know how hard it is to go to Football Park and get the result. They then drew 1-1 with Aberdeen, which is, again, it's a good result. We all know how good Aberdeen can be on their day. Very stubborn team to play. So yeah, that's a good result against them. The week before that they actually beat them. They put them out of this competition. That's why they're at this position. Great result. Aberdeen, as we know, they're one of the probably top 4 teams in the country. You're expecting Aberdeen to be into the at least semis cup competitions, and St Mirren have done well to put them out of this competition. So well done to them. Talking about their form, actually, they've obviously lost in a good few games. You've actually got to go back to October 2nd when they last actually lost a game, and I mean a game on the park. This isn't the 3-0 losses that they've incurred 2 weeks in a row for whatever reason the SFA decided. I don't really know. But anyway, that aside, they were imposed 2 3-0 defeats. I wouldn't count them, but on the pitch at least, their last defeat was against, amazingly again, Aberdeen. They played and they lost 2-1 at Pittodrie, which we all know is a tough place to go and get a result. Looking at their form, you'd think they'd be higher up in the table. They're actually sitting 10th right now. They've only won 4 games all season. A lot of these games I'm talking about just now are cup games, which makes up their good run. But I think they're slightly better than their position suggests. I'd say they're probably a mid-table to bottom kind of club. Probably punching above their own weight this season. I've adopted a style over the last couple of seasons where, okay, they will be defensive, and don't get me wrong, they will be very defensive against Rangers. But they do, when they break forward, they do break in numbers and they do get people forward, and they do try and play a bit of football as well, which obviously we've got to watch for. Ocampo says probably their main threat up front, but they have a lot of good players in midfield as well. So we've got to be wary of that as well. If you look at their last 3 results against Rangers, now obviously they played in the Championship last season, so we didn't play them last season, but we played them this season, and they lost that game 3-0 at Ibrox earlier in the season. Very comfortable win for us, and in fact Morelos, who we'll talk about in a wee while, was actually involved in all 3 goals in that game, unbelievably, considering his form. So obviously I said we hadn't played them last season because they were in the Championship. The season before that we also played them. They lost 4-0 at Ibrox and 2-0 at home at St Mirren Park as well. So that's the last 3 results they've had against us. Obviously not the greatest results, but this being a cup game, they will up their game. I can guarantee that. They're not going to sit back and try and maybe nick a point here. Obviously there's no points to play for, but you know what I mean, they're not going to try and get a draw here, because a draw's no good to them in a cup game. They have to go and try and win this game. So enough about St Mirren. That's pretty much them broken down. They will play very defensive, but as I say, they will try and hit us on the break at some point, and if we do score, they will at some point try and have to come out and get a goal. In terms of team news for us, bad news on the Ryan Jack front. He's still not fit enough to play, still injured. It's not a setback, by the way. He's I think they underestimated what the injury was at first, so he's not going to be back for a good couple of weeks anyway. Can't Katic is obviously the other one, the big one, who's been all season long. He'll not be back to at least the end of January. The other big news in terms of team news, and this is why I left the video to today and didn't do it last night, is because I was waiting for this news to come through. Alfredo Morelos has been retrospectively banned for this game for that elbow on Sunday. An elbow, by the way, which was seen by the referee, dealt with by the referee by the yellow card, but somehow he's still brought in front of the SFA and banned. I'm not bothered about the ban, to be honest. He could do a couple of games out, and I'll talk about a wee bit about that in a minute. But it always seems to be Alfredo Morelos that's up in front of this compliance officer for some reason. I don't. Yeah, he does silly things every now and again, but on the whole, I don't think he's a dirty player. But in saying that, we'll take our punishment. It will do him good to sit out these games. He's obviously missing tonight, and he'll be missing for Motherwell's game, the game against Motherwell rather, on Sunday as well. So I'll give a couple opportunities for other people to come in. Say Itten, probably come in. Defoe is in contention as well, because obviously it's no European game, so he's back part of the squad. Roof, I think, will start, but I think he's made that right sided the attack his own. So it depends on who comes in the middle, whether it's Defoe or Itten. Obviously Morelos is now counting himself out of that equation. In terms of the rest of the team lineup, I think he will make a couple of changes here and there. Maybe bring in Bassey, or even bring in Patterson. I don't think he'll change both fullbacks, by the way. We'll need to have some danger coming from those sides, but I think he will make a couple of changes. I don't think he'll make wholesale changes. I don't think he'll make like 7, 8, 9 changes, but even if he does, look what happened against like Bosnia. We made 7 changes and we won the game comfortably 2-0. But as I said, I don't think he'll change too much, just because it's such an important game for us. Aye, it's St.Mirren, but we kind of discount that, and we need to really push for this. This is a massive opportunity for us to get a trophy. And you know, it's winning breeds winning. So once we get that winning mentality of possibly winning this competition, which realistically Hibs are the only main challenge for this. No disrespect to St.Mirren, I do think we'll win this game though, but it's a great opportunity for us to go and win this competition and then get that winning mentality into the team so that we can go ahead and try and win this league. So prediction time, I am going to go positive. I do think we will win this game, but I'm not going to go too positive. I think St Mirren will score. I'm going to go St Mirren 1, Rangers 3. The only reason I think St Mirren will score is because it's a cup game and they will have to come out at some point and try and get a goal, and they may well do that. Goal scorers for me is going to be Itten. I think he'll start the game, to be honest, ahead of Defoe. I think he'll get his goal. Kamar Roof, he'll score goals if he's given the opportunity. And Tavernier, I can't take him out of the goal scoring thing right now. He's too important to us, and he just keeps popping up with these important goals for us. Don't be surprised if he gets a couple of assists as well. That's my prediction video, guys. Tell me what you think down below. Just before I go, I will quickly mention that I've made another appearance on the Football Shedz Channel. Did the video last night. It's now up on Football Shedz Channel, so if you want to go and check that out, remember and subscribe to his channel. It always helps him out, and obviously don't forget to subscribe to me as well if you're not. I know like 52% or something of my viewers watch the videos and then don't click on the subscribe button. Please think about doing that. It doesn't cost anything, and it gets me on my way to the 250 mark that I'm trying to get. I did say before the end of the season, but I think it's no too unreasonable to think I can get it before the end of the year. Only 5 to go. Please guys, let this happen. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Cheers, bye.